Hey everybody, I'm Brant, and I'm putting the finishing touches here on another one of my podcasts on ways boomers like myself can enjoy peak life experiences in our sunset years. And I want to share with you one of those experiences, a personal one, that led me to become very interested in electric bicycles, or e-bikes as they're referred to. But before I get started, I want to pass on two important facts. First, I have been a fan of bicycling for as long as I can remember. I went a bit crazy for it in my 30s and 40s and took some pretty epic rides. Once, I rode across Florida 165 miles in a single day. Now, I don't ride like that anymore, but I still like to ride, and I enjoy e-bikes because they give me just a little bit of a tailwind when I want it. But the second factoid is the really important one to me now that I'm in my 60s. According to a study by Emory University, the number one predictor of a child's emotional well-being is not hugs or money or even a good education. It's knowing their family history. I find myself wanting to know more about my family, and my kids and my grandkids feel the same. It turns out we all want to know where we belong in our tribe. Those connections are vital to our health. So I started reaching out to distant family members, dusting off and mending relationships that had long grown dormant. One of those restored relationships was with my now 91-year-old Uncle Horace. Horace and his extended family welcomed me into their tribe like the prodigal son, graciously hosting me in their Florida home many times. It was a delight learning about all my cousins and distant relatives, all of whom are amazing people. On one visit, I asked my uncle about the old family cabin, a place I had visited only once when I was just a small boy of 5 or so. "Oh, yes," he said. "Your grandfather and I built that cabin by hand, and we still have it. Why don't you come up to Maine this summer and visit?" Well, naturally, I accepted the invitation, and in August of 2018, I put my feet on land I had not seen in over 50 years. What a joy it was. Something unspeakably wonderful happens when you see your grandfather's handwriting on the wall and hear stories of the old days. I'm grateful for every moment of that experience. But as if the trip could not get better, the next day, my cousin Linda and her husband Roger invited me to take a bike tour on the carriage trails of the nearby Acadia National Park, with its breathtaking views of the rocky Maine coastline. Roger and I toughed it out on regular pedal bikes, but due to a knee injury some years earlier, Linda rode an e-bike. And, well, let Linda tell the story in her own words as we look at pictures of beautiful Maine. Tell me the story why you got an e-bike. So you were a cyclist. You were a long-time human-powered cyclist riding
Correct.
a regular pedal bike, and then something
Yep.
happened. What happened?
I tore the meniscus in my knee, and I could not get anybody to fix it. You know, they gave me cortisone shots, and I still couldn't walk, and I couldn't bike. And we were doing a tour in Ireland. We were doing a back roads tour in Ireland. So it's all paid for. We're all set. We're going with friends and family, and thinking, oh boy, I'm not going to be able to do this ride. But back roads offers electric assist bikes. So I changed mine from a regular bike to one of theirs because we were doing the mountain passes in southwestern Ireland. And thinking, there's no way with my knee in the shape it was in, I was going to be able to pedal. So I used one of theirs, and I actually was able to pedal up because it didn't put as much strain on my knee. So when, after doing that, I asked Rod to investigate the e-bikes, and he found the one that I've got and ordered it for me from one of the local guys. And I've been on it ever since.
Wow.
Because I still have issues. I did have stem cells in my knee, but if I put too much stress on it, I'm going to be not able to ride at all again.
So to this day, you still need to, give your knee a little TLC.
Correct, because I still have severe arthritis in it. I had the stem cells to help try to, get the meniscus in order, and it's not as bad as it was. But at least with the e-bike, I can take off with my bicycle club. Like yesterday, we rode a 38-mile ride with them. And, I don't have it in full assist. I have it somewhere in the middle. So I'm still getting exercise, and I'm able to keep up with everybody, even in the wind. And mostly what I notice about it, where it helps me, it's not the long-term pedaling when you're up to speed and you just keep pedaling. It's that first time you step on the pedals when you have to get going after stopping at a light or a stop sign.
Yeah.
And that's where it takes the stress off my knee.
Given that you were a long-time experienced cyclist on a human-pedaled bike, and now you've been riding an e-bike for how many years?
I think 2.
2 years. Okay, long enough. I know you are an avid cyclist, so you're out there quite a bit. How would you rate your aerobic experience, human-powered versus e-bike? Or, obviously it's not going to be 100% like it was on a human-powered, but is it, on average 60, 70, 80%? Where would you rank it?
I don't even know if I could give a number for that, because, of course, riding in Florida is completely different than riding someplace with hills. Like I got... Even on the e-bike in Maine, on the hills, I would get aerobic activity, and my heart rate would go up, and, I would be breathing hard and stuff, pedaling the e-bike there. But Florida is flat, and we don't have any hills to go up, so you're just pedaling at a steady rate the whole time. So it's tough to gauge what's actually aerobic, unless I've got to catch up with a group and pedal really hard. I don't find myself breathing hard, but I don't think anybody, unless somebody has to do that on the bike, they don't do it either, a regular bike.
How many people are in your group on average? And how many of those are e-bike riders?
Just me.
Just you?
And that means just me.
Have you experienced any e-bike bigotry? Like, she's on an e-bike, and they're looking down their nose at you. You have?
I've run into that in the beginning, but then more of what I get now is a lot of the guys that ride with us, whose wives do not ride, are coming up, and they're interested in saying, well, gee, if I got one for my wife, maybe she'd ride with me too,
I've heard that before. I've heard that it's a good way for couples to kind of connect on a sport that, that's a heck of a lot of fun and gets you out in the fresh air and gives you some exercise. That makes sense to me. So there you have a great story from somebody who really wanted to continue to ride, wanted to have that community, and found a way to do it using this new technology. It's amazing. I love it. I think it's great to help people get out and about and enjoy the big, beautiful world, which is what my podcast is about, and this new video channel that I'm starting called Go Mobile. So if you're a person like me, you're culturally curious, you're environmentally sensitive, and you're on a budget, then I encourage you to watch some of the other videos that you'll find on this channel, and please subscribe using the button. Thanks so much, and I'll see you on the road. Go Mobile is a production of Dance Past Sunset, my podcast and blog on ways older adults can enjoy peak life experiences well into and even past their sunset years. Go Mobile is for people like me who are culturally curious, environmentally sensitive, and on a budget. So if you like to travel like I do, then subscribe to this channel and keep an eye out for related news on my Facebook page, Dance Past Sunset, or at dancepastsunset.com. And thanks for watching.